You know, you really botched things up. If you hadn't stuck your face in our business, we'd all be going home real soon. But now, I'm gonna have to take you and your friend out of commission for good.
Red rum! Red rum!
What was that?
Hold on. Thought I heard something.
What?
I don't know. I just thought.
Supplies! Put your back!
Hey guys, my name is Bando. This is Brexit Bando. I'm sorry that we've not had a video for a little while. It's just been a while at work, unfortunately. So, I've got a really interesting one here for you. Unfortunately, it comes from Spiky Bits, so take this with the proverbial grain of salt. GW announces ban on ordering Warhammer in America. Oh my god, Games Workshop's finally been banned. We can add it to the list of things like Kinder Eggs and fully automatic weapons that are illegal in America. So, get ready for a huge Warhammer product drought as Games Workshop announce a ban on ordering to stores in North America amid continued issues. So, clickbait out of the way. So far, so bad. Oh my god, everything's banned. It's actually not. So, what's actually happening here? Well, Games Workshop's been really struggling in America. They've had some serious problems with the weather, they've had some serious problems with shipments, and obviously there is the ongoing international shipping crisis. Thank you, Houthis. So, basically, a lot of third-party retailers have been really struggling to get stock from Games Workshop. My own retailer that I go to regularly, Element Games, has not had the stock in the levels they've requested, to a point where it's not even been worth them putting it on the website to order. They've barely had enough for people coming into the shop. My actual local FLGS in my own town has had to stop taking pre-orders because Games Workshop simply cannot provide the products they ask for. So they've just given up. There is another retailer who I cannot find the name of, I can't remember the name of, but they posted on Facebook about how Games Workshop has £64,000 or dollars worth of their products they've paid for but have yet to receive. Why? Well, there is no maliciousness here. There isn't that Games Workshop has not banned shipments to the United States. This statement that by Spike is very hyperbolic. Now, I get it. I can respect the game. You know, if you want people to read things, you've got to be hyperbolic. You've got to get the clickbait. You've got to have the big, you know, big words, the big, you know, not screenshots, thumbnails and everything. Because otherwise people don't read this stuff. So what's happening here is actually that basically they're just going to be delaying restocking stuff. It's not that things are being that they're being banned. It's just GW has said, hey, we're struggling to get stuff. It's going to be a bit longer. There's going to be more delays. Now, this isn't a good thing, okay? Games Workshop is supposed to be the premier miniature company in the world. They've made record profits. Everything has been going great for them for about 5 years now. You know, COVID, they blew up. They had a little dip there where they, where the factory flooded because the sewer backed up and just started pumping liquid shit through the streets and into the factory and the warehouses, and they had to throw a load of stuff out. But that's beside the point. Games Workshop is not prioritising the supply part of the supply and demand equation. Demand is at its all-time high. The crack addicts are desperate for their plastic. The demand is at probably the lowest it's ever been in relation to capacity that they can produce. They have just had the release of yet another major game system which they are prioritising and still back ordering on, so they're still putting the majority of their production capacity into the old world. You have the roadmap for that showing us when we're going to be getting a similar sized release for two armies for the next couple of months. You've got the Horus Heresy still having plastic releases. We are a hop, skip and a jump away from Age of Sigmar's next edition. Then you've got next year, I think, in theory, I think it is next year, we should be getting Horus Heresy version 3. Or 3rd edition. Then after that we'll have another 40k edition. There's rumours that we're getting Battlefleet Gothic at some point. With the old world back, I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't get Mordheim back. Games Workshop keeps pumping out products. They keep pumping out games, adding to the repertoire, adding to the catalogue. But they haven't seriously upped their production. Now, let's say they can make 1,000 kits a day of varying sizes. If you have 2 game systems, fantasy and sci-fi, fantasy, Warhammer 40k, 500 kits a day is pretty good supply. If you've got a dozen games all vying for the same manufacturing space, you're gonna have trouble. Because it's kind of difficult to predict how these are going to sell in the modern day. You can predict some of it, definitely. But all it takes is someone like Darren Latham or, Pete the Wargamer or some other YouTuber to put out a video with a certain model painted in a certain way or converted in a certain way to spark a trend and a rush, and suddenly everyone wants a certain kit. And it's very difficult to react on time for that. So, they may have planned, people suddenly want Liberators, Stormcast Eternal Liberators or something for a conversion. And they've been scheduled in to not be restocked for 6 months because no one buys them, but suddenly they've sold out everywhere. That's a problem. So here we have Games Workshop basically unable to meet the demand of their third-party retailers. Now, bad weather is not something Games Workshop can control. They're not quite that rich yet. They had obviously problems with their warehouse, where it was sending out the wrong items. They've had huge problems with their website, and they've obviously got problems with scalping. So, my big concern here, with a slow warehouse and everything else, the biggest concern I have here is that this could end very badly for Games Workshop. Because depending on how the contracts they have with these third-party retailers are worded, a decent lawyer could possibly make the point that the Games Workshop is in breach of contract because they're not providing the stock that they are being paid for. Now, they say to us, this could take up to 180 days for your model to turn up. Well, that's fine, but 180 days adds up really quick. And if your backlog is this bad, that can just creep up on you. It doesn't take more than a couple of lawsuits like that to really knock investors' confidence. Investors' confidence is not something you can really just buy back. They shifted over to an automated warehouse and it hasn't particularly worked very well. These sorts of things, the smart move for them is new facility and you roll them out in parallel to your existing facility. So it picks up, say, 20% of the load, and you make sure it's working under a nice light load, and you slowly increase it. And you iron out the kinks as you go until eventually it's now doing more than the traditional warehouse, until you get to a point where you're happy to close the original warehouse. But they didn't. And it went badly. They have also had a huge problem with the amount of staff leaving. It's an interesting time for Games Workshop. Now, again, a lot of this is just traditional spiky bits hyperbole. It's a lot of fear mongering to get people to click and read articles. But if you're in the US, you know, you may struggle. Now, the good news is there are plenty of people out there who will be happy to purchase kits in the UK and ship them out to you if you are desperate for stuff. What will be very telling is if GW updates their terms of service with third-party retailers in the UK. Because they did that to Australia. They banned them from shipping stuff to Australia. If they do that to the US, then there's more to this. But until yet, all this is basically GW is physically incapable of meeting demand. It is what it is. They're just not investing money back into the company in the right way. They need to. So yeah, that's it. Thank you very much for watching. I should probably mention something about Heresy Thursday because I didn't do a video on it. New Sentinels are cool. I really like them. The details on the back of the guys are a bit slim. The chain thing on the shoulder doesn't look very good. I like the Sentinels. I don't mind the design. I'm glad they're in a box or two. I hope the legs are really posable. That's me covering Heresy Thursday. As always, guys, please feel free to come join us over on Discord. You can also always use my Element game code, which is down in the description, JAM737. If you're ordering from Element Games, it will double the number of reward points you get. Collect enough reward points, you can order stuff for free. You know, maybe get that paint set you were after. Save up a load of them and buy a 3D printer for free. Actually, I can't say for free, because you do need to spend money. So save up enough of them and buy a 3D printer for 10p. I will be doing a video on the old world at some point, painting my Dark Elves once I've figured out a colour scheme I like the look of. Check out the Bolter and Chainsword. You can find me there. I'm under the name Sarabando, Sarabando, and you can see all my miniatures painted there. I have just started a new thread for the Badab War, covering little groups and units from every unit that took part in that conflict. You can join us on Discord, I've already said. You can come and check me out on Instagram. A link for that is in the description below as well. You can find me on Twitter at breakfastbando, but I really don't post that often, and I'm just getting really worked up every day because there's a bunch of communist weirdos posting constantly, and I feel like I'll Jack Russell and have to fight every single one of them. Everything's going wild. The world is falling apart. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. Stay safe. Bye-bye. I forgot to mention this. This is actually quite a key part of one of the of this video. So I'm just going to throw this here at the end. So, wow, tonal whiplash. Hi, it's me, Bando again. Yeah, this was another part. I completely forgot about this. So this is an update from Warpfire Minis. Warpfire Minis was struggling. They have not had an update, or sorry, a restock from Games Workshop for ages. They've had really low inventory on everything from Games Workshop for absolutely ages. So they've managed to get a reorder from GW, and they finally got it. And what they got was 20 boxes of Chaos Black spray and 2 boxes of glue, plastic glue. Now GW is taking it back, and they have said they're going to make it right. But still, literally just 20 boxes of black spray paint. So now the intro makes sense. Yeah, so this was the one that actually triggered me looking into this video. Yeah, so not only are they incapable of meeting demand, their shipping is also so hilariously bad that when they are shipping stuff out to people, they're sending just the wrong stuff. Yep, so brilliant. And the packing slips told them that it had everything they'd actually ordered, but none of it was actually correct. So yeah, wonderful. Congratulations, GW. This is the premier miniature company in the world. Gee, I bet the new pay rise or price hike that's coming in the next couple of months is going to make it feel really worth it, isn't it? Okay, that's it. That's me done for real this time. My name is Bando. This is Brexit Bando. Stay salty. Bye bye.